It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Brew York, and it's a can of their Hoptimist Prime Double IPA coming in at 8.1% ABV, brewed with Sabro, Comet and Mosaic. Without further ado, this is a 440 milliliter can. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. Now, Daniel Bale was kind enough to get me this beer. Thank you very much, Daniel Bale. I've had it a short while, but it should still be quite a fresh beer. Very light in colour. One finger white head, straw coloured beer, good levels of carbonation. Look at that. It looks like a giant lemon drop, doesn't it? In terms of the look of the beer. Micro fine haze going on. There's no big kind of chunky lumps in there at all. All well managed. Nice slow moving carbonation. Look at the beer as I hold it back in the light. Look at that. Yeah, we've got natural light out here in the conservatory, so you can see that it's glowing in the light. You imagine having this on a hot summer's day, sitting out in the beer garden. I bet it's glowing, absolutely glowing. Let's get the aroma. That smells really good. Really, really good. Pineapple chunks. Tinned pineapple chunks. Orange peel, fleshy blood orange. Citrus, kind of grapefruit. Touch of lime cordial. There is no lime cordial or pineapple chunks or anything like that in this beer. It's the amount of hops that they used in the dry hopping process. There's the American hops, and are they all American? Sabro, Comet and Mosaic. Yeah, they're all American hops, and they just all produced in the California area. And there's so much sunshine there in California that, and the soil is so perfect for these hops that they give off these tropical flavors and aromas. Smells great. Let's dive in. Cheers. Whoa. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. That is absolutely fantastic. Really big, punchy, tropical. Boom! This is right in your face. Wow, Stone the Crows. So much hop profile coming through, so many hop flavors coming through. It's a touch jammy, a touch marmalade-y. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful beer. Passion fruit, mango, grapefruit, pineapple. And it's, they called it, here's the can, a double IPA. So there's a lot of dry hopping going on. You can see here on the back, they mention the dry hopping. 20 GL, something per litre. Is it gallons per litre? I don't know. I'm not a technical brewer. If you're a technical brewer watching this, first of all, let's get it to focus. There we go. Can you see that? Gallons per litre. It's a fantastic beer. Oh, that flavour then was just tangerine. Just loads of soft tangerine fruit. But there's a nice bitterness on the beer as well. That's what I was getting to earlier on. There's a definite sweetness over there. And the sweet malt's coming through. But then it throws you over into the other direction, and that's bitterness. It is a double IPA. Nowhere on that can does it say New England IPA. There's a lot of New England stuff going on in the beer. There's a lot of flavour in the middle. Tropical flavours, I mentioned. Tinned pineapple, orange peel, fleshy blood orange, grapefruit, a jamminess, a marmalade kind of flavour, a slight spiciness on the back end, a nice bitterness on the back end. But make no mistake, this is definitely a double IPA with lots of flavour in the middle. So they've lent into that big flavoursome middle, but then they've added bitterness on the back end. So you could argue that this is one of those mountain IPA style beers. That's a new style of beer that Thornbridge have come up with, and that's using all of the middle of the beer, all of the New England IPA flavours, that juiciness, that passion fruit, and all the juicy orange peels and fleshy blood are in the middle, and the guava and the lovely flavours in the middle, but then add a bitterness on the back end. You could argue that Brew York have done that without really calling it a mountain IPA. As always, I love the branding on the can. You can see the trucks and the transformer head. It's obviously Hoptimist Prime. They're very clever with their naming. We've had Goose Willis, we've had Juice Forsyth, we've had Rhubarbra Streisand, I think it was called. We've had another one as well. So they're named after kind of people these days and things, people and things, famous people and things. And at 8.1% ABV, it's drinking fantastically well. Drinking fantastically well. There's not a touch of the alcohol. You don't get a touch of that alcohol, that 8.1% ABV. It's all so well hidden. Also well hidden. So now I've drunk some of the beer, let's roll it round in the glass. We're able then to show you it's building its head back up. Can you see that? And now it's producing some lacing. And now if we rock the beer back and forth, you can see the carbonation chasing the head up the glass. A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful beer from Brew York. If this beer, I warmed it up slightly. I wondered if I'd pick up a touch more of the malt. It's been in the fridge, but I took it out about an hour ago. Came out the fridge about an hour ago, so you can see on the can there's none of that condensation. None of that condensation on the can, and there's none of that condensation on the glass. So it's had time to warm up. It's a perfect temperature. Where would I be drinking this beer? Well, where would I be drinking this beer? I would say, I mean, normally I use the words, let's like the barbecue and let's have some chicken, and but this is 8.1% ABV. You would be, well, I don't know, I couldn't anyway. There's a few people out there that could. I couldn't like the barbecue and drink these all afternoon. It's too much for me. For me, this is more you've been out all afternoon with your mates, you've hit the last pub of the night, you want one more decent beer before you go home, catch the last train home, so you decide that last beer, that last decent beer should be a Transformers related double IPA that's packed full of tropical fruits and flavours. It really is a lovely beer. Really, really is a lovely, lovely beer. I'd love to think if I aged this beer for 2 or 3 years, you'd still have a lot of, I think it would turn into Belgian candied fruits, all of the dry hopping in the beer, and then it would turn into like a beautiful kind of like barley wine style beer if you age this. But don't age it, don't age it. The brewery wants you to drink it super fresh. I've had it a few weeks. In fact, best before end, 6th of the 11th 20. So I've had it a fair while, but it's still fantastically hoppy. In fact, it's probably taken away maybe some of that hop burn that may well have been in the beer when it was super fresh. So a little bit of aging on my count, because I've got so much beer, has done the beer a bit proud, I think. It's turned it into a terrific beer, and I'm going to rate it. I like it enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!